Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Issei lost his all emotions and went crazy like Sukuna? Before I start, please do support for more awesome content, and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the Virgil78 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story. Link in the description. A brown-haired boy stood by a window as a group of people kept throwing insults at him. Even though it was 10 in the evening, they had kept this up for 5 solid hours. Issei at first tried to get a word in, but after 2 hours of their insults stopped responding, so he went to the window and just stood there. At about 10:30, Issei finally decided to walk out the room. Everyone in the orc tried to stop him, but he didn't care anymore. He didn't feel anything anymore. They had killed the Issei everyone had known, so he went home. Scene change. Issei walked into his house. His parents sat there looking at their son, who said nothing to them. Mickey, Issei, where have you been? Issei, orc. Issei then walked off as he had school the next day. Time skip. Issei walked into the class saying nothing to anyone. His eyes were lifeless and hollow. He hadn't slept, so he had bags under his eyes and he looked like a mess. After 10 minutes, the teacher, being Rosweiss, walked in to see Issei in the state he was in. Rosweiss: Hayato, did you get enough sleep last night? Issei. Rosweiss felt guilty, as even though she had not known him for long, she also hurled insults at him. Murayama: hey, the teacher asked you a question. Issei. Rosweiss: very well, class starts now, so take your seats. Time skip. The class went on until Rosweiss asked Issei a question. Rosweiss: Mr. Hayato, what is 2000 plus 2174? Issei. 4174. Issei spoke in a hollow and cracked voice. Rosweiss: that's correct, Mr. Hayato. Time skip. Lunch had arrived, but Issei sat there in silence. He hadn't brought any food with him. Kaneko: hey perv, president wants to see you. Issei got up and started to follow Kaneko. Scene change. Rias: Issei, I regret to inform you, but you are being kicked from the orc. Issei. Okay. Issei walked out the room. Tears fell from his face, but he didn't feel anything. Time skip. Issei walked home, but when he got home things got worse. Not like Issei cared. Mickey: Issei, we're disowning you. If you can't even change your act or lose the girls, then you're useless to us. Issei felt some sort of happiness, as he was now free. Issei: good, you were terrible parents. Anyway, I hope you both die in a hole. Issei then walked out, leaving 2 shocked and angry parents who tried to chase after Issei, but he disappeared into the air by using a magic circle to teleport to his room, taking his stuff, then magic circling again to the forest. Drake: partner, I'm sorry. Issei: save it, you're not sorry, you're just like the rest of them. 1. Drake was left saddened, as he did genuinely care for his partner, as he was different to everyone else. Issei walked until he found a pool of water with a cabin. He was in pretty good condition. It was also abandoned, so he made it his new home. Time skip. Issei walked into school, looked a bit more presentable, but he was still quiet, and his eyes were still hollow. Irina: Issei, can we talk? Issei. No. Irina: why? Issei. You said it yourself, you hate me, so why should I? Irina: fine, be like that, you just proved me right. Irina then walked to her seat. Zenobia and Asia sent Issei a glare, but Issei gave them a look back, and it scared them as they saw nothing, not on his face or eyes. His perverted goofy smile was now replaced with utter silence. Time skip. The day got worse as Kaneko walked into the class while everyone was there and punched Issei, shocking everyone. Kaneko: why did you not come and see Rias last night? You were meant you meet her. Issei. Kaneko punched him again. Speak now. The students could only watch on in horror as Kaneko kept hurting Issei. Issei. Kaneko: I said speak now, you're nothing but a worthless pervert, a puppet, so speak. Issei. Kaneko: fine, if this is how you want to act, then so be it. Kaneko walked out the room, leave a bloody-faced Issei lying there. Issei stood, wiped the blood of his face, and walked out, leaving the class horrified at what they had just witnessed. Scene change. Issei went to his cabin in the woods, making sure he wasn't followed. Once inside, Drake spoke to him. Drake: Issei, I can make sure they never hurt you again, but it will be at a price. Issei: what's the price? Drake: your heart. If you sacrifice your heart, I can make you full dragon. Issei: do it. Drake: are you sure? Issei: I said do it. 6. Drake: okay. Issei, after a week, finally came out of his transformation. He had purged his evil pieces, meaning Rias lost all connection to Issei, which pissed her off, as she never loved him. She only saw him as a way to gain more power, both for her team and political power, as having one of the heavenly dragons with you gives you a lot of connections. But what pissed off Rias the most was she wasn't the one holding the power. Issei still did, meaning Rias now had no say in anything. The other didn't really care about Issei as well. Only Rossweiss felt guilty while everyone else just bad-mouthed him, tanking his rep even more than it was. Then he appeared out of the blue. They say speak of the devil, and he saw appear, but I guess a better saying for this lot was if you play with fire you'll get burned. Issei was now taller, his hair had gone a blood red, his eyes changed to a sapphire-like look. He was also a lot more buff, and when he was alone he would keep his wings out, which were now dragon wings instead of devil. The wings themselves were crimson red with flame at the tips. Class had started for the day, with Issei's seat being empty until Issei walked in and sat down, but nobody recognized him. Rossweiss, we weren't expecting transfer students. Issei, cause I'm not new here, I'm Issei. Issei spoke in a deep cold voice, sending shivers up everyone's spine. Word quickly spread through the school that Issei was back. It was when Rias found out she sent Kaneko to bring him. The time was just before lunch. The students were packing up at the bell rang. That's when Kaneko walked in to see Issei. At first she wasn't sure if this was him, but then sensed Drake and knew it was him. Kaneko, perv, come on now. Issei, no. Kaneko, what did you say? Issei, I said no. Kaneko went in for a punch, successfully hitting him in the face, but this was her downfall because Issei punched back, sending the small girl bouncing around the room. The students again watched on in horror, as nobody could do anything. 5. Issei, you're going to feel everything you put me through, you little bitch. Issei walked up to Kaneko and punched her again, his size over the girl giving him advantages, then grabbed her and threw her out the window. Kaneko on her part thanked her rock strength to be able to rank the hits, otherwise she would have been gravely injured, but this didn't stop her torment. Issei vaulted out the now open window, landing on the ground, sent a shockwave throughout the school. That's when Zenobia and Kiba came out to investigate too. See Kaneko on the ground with Issei walking up to her, leaking his dragon's rage. Kiba, why are you doing that? She's your friend. Issei, friend, ha 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 ha. Tell me, friend, do you know what happens when you hit rock bottom? Well, I'll tell you, having nothing left to lose. Issei then turns to them with manically gleam in his eyes and a crazy smile plastered on his face. Issei, and why you have nothing left to lose? That's when you're finally free. Issei, now that I'm finally free, prepare to feel what I felt. Issei put an illusion barrier that Drake had taught him during his transformation, so to outsides Issei looked the same, but inside the barrier Issei had his dragon wings and was ready to fight. Issei, let's dance. 2. The members of the orc had no idea what kind of beast they unleashed, but now they were going to suffer concerns as Issei spoke in a cold, lifeless tone while having his maniacal grin. It's like this wasn't Issei but his reanimated corpse. That was almost true, but a part Issei sat inside his mind, the last of the original Issei, but it was locked away. He didn't know if he'd let him out ever again, but that's yet to be seen. Issei starts by rushing Kiba, punching him into the air. Zenobia tried to hit Issei with her sword, but it did nothing. She was too weak to damage him. She wanted a powerful offspring with Issei, but then saw him as weak. But now Issei was the strong one, and he was going to destroy her, so he kicked right in the ribs, sending her flying. Kaneko then came in, going for an uppercut to the back of Issei, but Issei grabbed her fist and crushed it. 2. Kaneko with Rias. Rias, what the hell was that? Akino, I don't know, but we should go see. With Sona. Sona, did you hear that? Tsubaki, I did. Shall we go check it out? Sona, yes, at once. Back with Issei. Issei, when he put his barrier, made sure that everyone could hear the pain that the orc were going to feel like he did. Issei then went after Zenobia, grabbing her sword and smashing it, then started to choke her. Zenobia, Issei, why? 1. Issei, because you made me like this, now choke and die, bitch. Kiba, no you don't. Issei, so you're up next. Rias, Akino, you're up. Issei looks over to see the rest of the orcs standing there. A smile then crept onto Issei's face. Issei, well, look who it is. I'm going to have fun torturing you. Rias, Akino. Akino, yes. Rias, hurt him. Akino, with pleasure. Lighting danced over Akino's fingers as she readied her attack, but Issei didn't let her as he grabbed her by the neck and flew up into the air, still choking her, then threw back down and sent a dragon shot her way. Of course, to the people being affected by the illusion, it just looked like Issei jump up then threw Akino, not knowing he was flying. Issei, who's up next? Sona, stop this madness at once. Issei turned his gaze to Sona, who in turn was terrified of the look Issei gave her. Issei, you have no part in this. Leave if you value your life. Tsubaki, Mr. Hayato. Issei, I don't go by Hayato anymore. Sona, Tsubaki, I think we should leave. Tsubaki, what? Why, he's fighting against his teammates. Sona, I don't think Issei is their teammates anymore, and that look in his eyes, there nothing there but hate. We've been giving a chance to run and I'm taking it. Issei, smart girl, but worry not, nobody dies today. Issei then turns to the rest of group, picking his next target, as Sona runs away, her instincts screaming at her to get away. Issei now blitzed over to Irina as the angel fears for her life. Issei, you wanna know something, Irina? Irina, www, what is it? Issei, I hate you too. Issei grabs Irina wings and rips them off. Issei, you are no angel, not anymore. Everyone watches in horror as Irina screams fill the courtyard. Zenobia, Irina. Rias, www, what are you? Issei, I'm the monster you created. Rias is then sent flying as Issei kicks her in the stomach as she spits up blood. He then caught Asia trying to heal the group, but Issei again put a stop to it by breaking her arm. Asia, it hurts so much. 1. Kiba sword birth. A flurry of blades sprouted from the group but snapped on contact. Kiba, impossible. 1. Issei, prepare for pain. Issei snapped Kiba arm, but then stomping on it to destroy the bones. He then did this with his other arm. He then turned to the ones who hadn't made their move yet. He first started with Gasper, first breaking his legs, then his, before putting his leg on the throat of the little vampire, making him almost pass out. Kaneko tried one more attack but was once again stopped by Issei as he stomped her chest until she passed out. This left the three he wanted to hurt the most, so he started with Akino. Issei, you always hated your fallen side, so I'll solve that problem for you. Issei ripped off Akino's fallen wing as she screamed in agony. 2. Akino, you're a monster. Issei, ha 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 ha, that's right, I'm the monster, I'm the bad guy, because when you lost all emotions, that's when things get fun. Issei, now then, Roswise, the little cry baby bitch, no wonder you can never get a boyfriend, you're a lying, cheating backstab, now your nightmare has awakened, and he's coming to get you. 4. Issei tortured her slowly, making sure she felt as much pain as possible, as he thought she'd stand up for, considering she had been there for the least time, but he was wrong, she joined in making it worse. So Issei first broke her arms, then her legs, then stomped on her chest, leaving bloody bruised. Issei finally turned to Rias, but before he started to attack her, he burned Irina and Akino wings, and using a small hit of healing magic to bring the orc members but to consciousness. Issei then hid his dragon features and took down the barrier. He then went up to Rias and grabbed her neck. Issei, now then, Rias, you know I said nobody was going to die today, well, I lied. Issei started to choke her as he wanted info. Issei, you're going to tell me the truth or you die. Matsuda, bro, what are you doing? Issei, shut the up now. Issei turned to everyone, his eyes were even more hollow than before, but they saw something in his eyes, that last remnant of what was it, was hate, pure unfitted hatred. That was the only thing Issei let run while any other emotions were locked away. That's when everyone saw the air was leaving Rias, she was close to death until some group came in. Vala, Issei, stop this at once. Issei, leave now. Ophis, you are like me, a being of silence. Issei, yes, it seems we are alike. Issei, very well, Lucifer, we are leaving. Issei dropped Rias and started to walk off. Rias, my brother is gonna come for you. Issei, let him, I'll burn him down, no, I'll burn everything down, nobody lives. Issei then left the grounds. Issei, it is being. The Vala team and Issei walked in silence as they walked to the woods. Vala, why are we going into the woods? Issei, you'll see. Vala then started to ask more questions, but Issei ignored her. La Fei, what happened to you, Red Dragon? Issei, a lot. Kuroka, there's emotion in you, but you lock it away, why? Issei turned to the group. Issei, quite, I've had enough of your meaningless questions, so shut up and follow. Vala, just how cold have you become? Scene change. The group walked into the cabin that Issei called home. He had somewhat made the place his own, with Drake helping him here and there, but it was pretty barren. The thing that shocked them was the mattress sighting in the corner. Issei, welcome home. La Fei, you live here? Issei, obviously. Ophis then transformed into a taller woman to her normal form. She then walked up to Issei and put her hand on his cheek. Issei, don't touch me. Ophis, why do you reject me? Issei, because why do you care? Ophis, because we both crave the silence. Issei, you say you want the dimensional gap back, but why there's no beauty? Ophis was taken aback by Issei's statement, but Issei continued. Issei, when I was becoming a dragon, Drake put up a barrier, stopped my power leaking. It's when I was going through that pain I enchanted my vision just to get my mind of the pain. It's then I saw it, stars turning to dust, then exploding into thousands of colors. I watched planets go on, I watched life being and die, then it showed itself to me, the beauty of it all, the universe beauty. So I sat there watching it, and it made me feel so complete, like nothing ever had before. Then the silence became known to Me, and with its beauty the universe spoke to me. That's when I started to crave silence. But then you look at the dimensional gap, there's only color, no beauty. Ophis, yet I see the beauty in the dimensional gap, not the universe. Issei then looked into Ophis' eyes as Ophis looked into his, and they saw a beautiful kind of silence. It was like they found a missing piece. Issei, you see it as well, don't you? Ophis, yes I do. Issei then walked up to Ophis and proceeded to lock lips with her, leaving a very Julius Valia surprised La Fei and an indifferent Kuroko, while Arthur and Biko didn't care. The two then parted but kept close to each other. Vala, should we come back at a different time? Issei, yes. Vala, okay then, goodbye. Vala proceeded to blitz out the door, leaving a very confused group who didn't know about Vala feelings for Issei. 6. Kuroko, see ya. La Fei, by Red Dragon. Arthur, I'll be seeing you. Biko, you do you. The group then left, leaving the two dragons. Issei, Ophis, I think I need you. Ophis, I feel the same, but what are these feelings I'm having? Issei, I think it's love. Ophis, I like this feeling. Issei, I thought I'd never feel it again, but you're the one to bring these emotions out of me. Ophis, as I said before, we're one and the same. Issei, two sides of the same coin. 2 months later. It had been 2 months since Issei and Ophis meet. This was marked by Issei going MIA. As for Rias and her group, they were sitting in a hospital. The number Issei had done on them, leaving permanent damage. During the months, Issei had gotten the access to his Issei Dragon bank account with a few threats of violence, meaning he was able to buy a place for himself and Ophis, as well as get a new look. And I don't own this picture. 1. The place he had bought was a fairly small house on the edge of Ka. He was happy with this because he knew his head parents no longer had access to his money. They also put a barrier so they could hide away until the time was right. As while everything was going well for Issei, but for Surzex this was a different story. He was terrified, so he went to Rias to find out. When she said it was Issei, it surprised him to no end, so he asked why Issei would do that, but all Rias said was he went insane, which made Surzex slightly suspicious. So that night he watched the CCTV footage to see what would make Issei snap, so he combed the footage until he saw that day. He saw everything, staying up till the early morning watching all 5 hours of physical and verbal abuse. He saw the hollowness in Issei's eyes, the pain, the suffering he faced, all because he didn't say Issei's name. He didn't think his sister was that cruel, but with everyone else joining in, he understood why Issei attacked Rias. And for as much as he hated himself for thinking this, he couldn't find himself to blame for attacking Rias. With Issei, Issei stood admiring his new blade as he thought back to how he obtained it. Flashback. Issei, babe, I've been thinking I need a weapon. Ophis, why? Issei, because I want something I can use to protect my beloved. Ophis, I think I may know a weapon. The two then get off the couch and goes through a magic circle created by Ophis. Scene change. Ophis led Issei into her treasury. Most of it didn't look like much to Issei, but his dragon instincts did appreciate all that was there. Then he saw it. A black and orange katana-like blade. Drake, now that's something I never thought I'd see again. Issei, what is that, Drake? Drake, that's my blade. Issei, it's beautiful. Issei walked off and picked up the blade. He let it rest in his hand as he got a feel for it. Ophis, I see you found the domination flame. Issei, a beautiful name for a beautiful blade. Drake, well, I'm glad you like my craftsmanship. Issei, babe, I think it's time we make our grand return. Ophis saw some light come back to Issei's eyes as he said, and she couldn't help but feel a little happy that she was able to bring Issei back from the abyss, even if she was new to emotion. Flashback end. Issei, tomorrow it begins. Time skip. Today marked 2 months of Issei's disappearance, as a certain fallen side to himself, as he created a lesson plan for that, as ever since Roswise had been sent to hospital, Azazel had taken up the role of teaching Issei class. The usual students started to trickle into the class. He dismissed them until he started hearing chatter about some guy and gothic-looking girl at the front gate. Azazel, this is gonna be annoying. Azazel, okay class, everyone take your seats. Everyone started to quiet down. Then Issei walked in, but nobody recognized him due to the new look. Azazel, and you are Issei. Issei then went and sat in his seat as the dots connected in everyone's mind. Everyone ISCI. Issei, quiet. Everyone quiet down. Azazel, Issei, would you please step out for a minute? Issei, very well. As Issei was walking outside, everyone noticed the blade that sat at Issei's hip, making everyone make a mental note to not piss him off. Scene change. Issei, make this quick. Azazel, what happened to you? Issei, I was shattered into a million tiny pieces. Azazel, okay, well, my next question, why attack Rias? Issei, because she broke me. Now my question to you, why not try and stop me? Azazel, because it's not my fight. You know that day Issei, I saw your eyes and that gave me all I need to not intervene. Issei, I see you're smarter than you look. Azazel, I'm a leader after all. Issei, then I can trust you make the right decision. Azazel raised an eyebrow at Issei's words. Issei, because I want you to tell the supernatural I no longer work for any of you. I am a neutral party, so anyone who goes after me or the Dragon of Infinity will die a very bloody and slow death. Azazel, why Ophis you I get, but why her? Issei, because she is my lover. Azazel, haha, well ain't that a twist, alright kid, I'm with you on this one, you've always fascinated me so I can't wait to see what you do. Issei, very well, you got yourself a deal. Azazel watched Issei's eyes as a little light came back to them. Issei, now don't we have a class to deal with? Azazel, yes I do have a lesson to teach. Time skip. Issei was walking around the campus enjoying his time until two people tried to ruin his silence. Murayama the previous is back. Issei ignored them, put his headphones in and kept walking. Kates ran in front of him and knocked his headphones out. Kates, we were talking to you. Issei, and I'm not in the mood to talk. Murayama, why, cause you got a new set of clothes, you think you're now better than all of us. Issei, I said I'm not in the mood. Murayama joined her friend in blocking Issei. Issei, move. Kates, not until you answer our questions. Issei, move or I can't guarantee you'll be standing. Murayama, is that a threat? Issei, yes it is. The two girls then brought out their wooden swords in a bid to intimidate Issei, but he just laughed at them. Issei, you call those blades? This is a true blade. Issei unsheathed his blade and took a stance. Issei, stand down, this is your one and only warning. Kates, we can take you down. Issei, very well, you've made your choice, so come at me. The two girls ran at Issei, but much to their horror, upon impact of Issei's blade, their two blades shattered, leaving Issei's untouched. Issei, pathetic. Issei sheathed his blade once more, then running at the duo, using the scabbard to hit Murayama in the stomach, sending her skidding backwards and knocking her out, leaving Kates at his mercy. Issei, I gave you a choice, yet your pride overtook you. Now look where you stand, at my mercy. Kates felt fear, but not any kind of normal fear. No, this was a kind of fear only a prey felt when being courted by a predator, so she tried to run, but Issei with his superior speed caught and knocked her out with the hilt of the domination flame, leaving the two girls sprawled out against the floor. Issei, weak, there's no beautiful in their movements or fighting style. Issei, she's here, the White Dragon Empress. Issei, she's here. Vala, at last I find you. Issei looked at her with a disinterested look. Issei, so? Vala, where the hell have you been? I've been looking for 2 months trying to find you because there's something I wanted to ask you. Issei, speak. Vala, you and me team up and burn down the supernatural world. Issei narrowed his eyes. Vala, think about it. Rias broke you because you're the Red Dragon Emperor. They never see us as people, only power sources, so me and you team up and burn it down. Issei stood there for a minute thinking about it. Issei, no. Vala, what, why? Issei, because I just want a silent life with Ophis, that's all I cared about is her. The only way I'd burn down the supernatural is if they came for her, and I doubt they would try anything. Vala, very well, if that's what you want. Issei, look Vala, I was much as I don't want to be just seen for my power, I can't find it in me to care. Maybe if I had emotions then I'd consider it, but for now it's a no. Vala, alright, but keep in touch so that if you change your mind. Vala walked off. Issei, you can come out now. Sona. Sona, why reject the offer? I would have thought you'd accept. Issei, I have other goals. Sona, such as? Sona tried to keep the fear out of her voice, but it was heard by Issei. Issei, there is no need for fear, I hold nothing against you. My beef was with Rias, not you. As for my goals, I just want a life with my loved one. Issei then brought the domination flame up to his eye level and started into the blade because otherwise they'd die. Sona, then because I'm currently the holder of this territory, how about an alliance between us? Issei, why, you know I'm only a threat if provoked, and I'm not one to work with devils anymore. Sona, I'm not talking about a devil alliance, but one between me and you. We help each other out whenever necessary. Issei mulled it over in his head for a few seconds before answering. Issei, I can agree to these terms, but it's only between me and you, no other parties. Is that understood? Sona, loud and clear. Issei, then I think we have alliance. Sona, pleasure doing business with you. Issei, right back at you, Miss Citri. For a moment the old Issei re-emerged. 3 days had gone by with little going on apart from Issei helping kill a stray devil and unlocking some more of the domination flame abilities such as pinpoint. Pinpoint user targets a specific body part then burns that part from the inside. 1. As well as a short-range teleport and drag other abilities such as boost and transfer, as that was something that drag put into the blade at its creation. As for the kendo duo, well, they were now fine, but their pride and ego were shattered. Murayama, how the hell did we lose to that previous? Kates, I don't know, but I want to find out. The two tried to find Issei as it was their lunch break, but he was nowhere to be seen as he and Sona were currently having a chess match. The two players were riding the razor's edge with Say having 1 rook 2 pawns and a knight, and king, while Sona have 2 rooks 1 pawn and king. And sorry any chess players if I get something wrong, I haven't played in a while. Issei, I was gonna bring it up earlier, but if I win this we get an engaged, right Sona? Sona, wait, you know. Issei, yes I do, and I'd rather not be put in a marriage contract when that would mean I would be working with the devils, and that's not what I want. Sona, welcome to my world. Issei, it's a pain that the first person to match my skill in chess would have to marry me if they win. Man, Vala offer seems so tempting. Rn. Issei, I almost can't help but agree. Sona, you know the kendo duo is back now, right? Issei, yes I can see them, my guess is they want my head, haha. Issei spoke with a bit of pride and humor in his tone, reminding Sona of the old Issei. Sona, hey Issei, if you were to win would you marry me? Issei, I don't know, probably not, as Office is the one for me. Sona, fair enough. Sona looked into Issei's eyes as they had more light than they used to. Issei, your eyes, they're beautiful. Sona, Sona was caught off guard by Issei's comment. Issei, I know off Office would kill me, but I see the same beautiful in your eyes that I saw in hers. Sona, haha, Saji would also try and kill you if he heard that. Issei, that simp couldn't touch me. Issei, mine, maybe I can set myself free once more. Issei, happiness. I think we can rejoin, forget the past, you have Office and maybe Sona. Issei, maybe, but now we wait. Issei, sadness. You know we can't wait forever. Issei, I know, but for now we stay in the dark. Sona, you good? Issei, sorry, I was thinking about some things. Ring ring. Issei, I should go. Sona, same time tomorrow. Issei, yeah, I'm down. Issei left the student council office. Tsubaki, you're into him, aren't? Sona, where the hell did you come from? Tsubaki, I've been in the other room all lunch. Sona, oh yeah. Tsubaki, so are you into him or not? Sona, so what if I am? It's not like I got a chance, he's dating one of the most powerful beings in existence. Tsubaki, still it's worth a shot. With Issei. The bell had rang, but Issei didn't feel like going to class, so he made his way to the kendo club room. Knock knock. Keites, what do you? Issei, I'm guessing you wanted to find me, so here I am. Murayama, cat who's? Issei stood there with a smirk on his face, almost challenging, even his eyes look lighter than usual. Keites, what do you want? Issei, you wanna know how I beat you? Murayama, we also want to know why you beat up the orc. Issei, never bring them up around me. Murayama, scared, okay. Issei, why am I even acting like this, you wanna know? Fine. Issei walked past the two into the club room. Issei, the reason I hurt the orc is because they broke me. Keites, what do you mean broke you? Issei, because I didn't say Ria's name for 5 hours, was verbally abused, beaten, made fun of, and had traumas that I thought were dead and buried rise back to the surface. Issei reached out his hand as to grab something, but nothing was there. Issei, as for how I beat you, that's because you hold no grace in strikes, there's technique but no grace. Murayama, and what do you know about grace? Issei, a lot. While I was gone I took up sword fighting and my lover helped me gain the skill needed, now I want to pass that on to you. Keites, why? Issei, because I see potential in you, yet you've never seen really combat. Murayama, so what if we've not seen really combats? It's not like you have. Issei, I have. I know what really fighting looks like, I've seen people die, so I know potential, see it. Issei's voice held regret for those who had lost their lives. Issei, so I want to join your club. Keites, gives us time to think. Murayama, you can join. Keites, Murayama, just let him. Keites, fine, I'll trust your judgment on this one. Issei, when do I start? Murayama, in 2 days. Issei, Friday, I got ya. Issei then left the kendo club and walked into the forest behind the orc. Issei, the pieces are starting to fall into place, the supernatural will fall and nobody will touch my office. It was Friday the day Issei started at the kendo club, and it brought him a sense of pride that his enemies were now his allies, but he also thought back to a conversation he had with Office. Flashback. Issei, babe, I've been thinking, I think I can let my emotions out. Office, are you sure? Issei, I'm sure, as long as you're by my side then I can let my emotions flourish again. Office, then I'm here with you till the end. Issei, T-checks, babe, I love you. Flashback end. Issei walked into the club. Keites, you're late. Issei, it's only 910, give me a break. Murayama, and here I thought you'd be on time. Issei, look, I had things to do. Kendo club member, why is he here? Issei, because I'm now a member. Issei stood there with a smirk. Ash watched the shocked faces. Keites, you need a blade. Issei, no, I have my own. KCM2, why is he a member? Murayama, because he applied to join and after a test we let him join on the condition he wouldn't do anything perverted. Issei, mind, well played. Issei, and anyway I already had a girlfriend so I don't see a need to do anything. KCM3, there's no way you'd have a girlfriend. Issei, yeah I do. Issei brought his phone and pulled a picture of him, and Office together. K-Tace, I'm guessing she's the reason you were late. Issei, not exactly, I had other things to do as I said, but that doesn't mean we didn't have a good night last night, but that's besides the point, let's get down to business. Murayama, I like that fire. Murayama, okay, everyone splits into groups. Everyone splits into groups. Issei, so you're my opponent. KCM, yeah, prepare to get your ass kicked. Issei, I'd like to see you try. KCM, so much pride. Issei, you are nothing without pride, as they say, no guts, no glory, and I'm going for glory. KCM, then let's see what you got previous. Issei, names. Issei, best to remember that. Issei charged with the overhead strike. KCM, it'll take more than that to take me down. Issei then took advantage of state of the member to hit them in the side with. Issei, I win. All eyes were on Issei as sheathed his sword. KCM, how could I lose? Issei, because you let your guard down, bragged, and underestimated your opponent. KCM, you just got lucky. Issei, wanna go for round 2 then? KCM, you're on. This time Issei played more defensive, trying to keep an eye on Issei movement. Issei, please don't tell me you're just gonna stay there all match this boring. KCM, gotta say you're more interesting than you used to be. Issei, yeah, well, when you get backstabbed you tend to become more interesting. KCM, what do you backstabbed? Issei, I'll you later, but for now come at me. The two locked blades. Issei, now this is what I want, that spark of passion. KCM, never thought 'cause great pervert would want the thrill of battle. Issei, before maybe not, but now I can feel it running through my veins, as well as having such a great opponent makes it that much more fun. KCM, well then forget the first match, winner takes all. Issei, fine with me. The rest of the club stopped to watch the battle between the two. Issei went for slide slash, but it was blocked, leaving Issei open, which the KCM took advantage of Issei, making Issei lose. Issei, well played. Rise, names Rise. Issei, well played. Rise. Rise, weren't bad yourself. Issei, ha 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 ha, I've never felt such a rush, damn, now I wish I would join from day one to meet someone as great as you. Rise blushed at Issei comment as shut up. Issei, still well played. Issei got up with a smirk on his face, I like you, hope we can fight again soon. Issei, well, bye everyone. Time skip. Issei, I'm back. Office, welcome home. Issei, babe, can we talk about something? Office, what's up? Issei put his hand on the back of his head. Office, you want a harem, don't you? 1. Issei, what? No, that's no it, it's just Vala came up with an offer, and I've been thinking about accepting. Office, okay. Issei flashed Office a smile. Office, also if you want a harem I'm fine with sharing. Issei, I don't know if I'm ready for that again. Office, well, I can tell you Vala is into you, there was so many nights where she came to me ranting about how much she wanted you. Issei, you're joking, right? Office, I'm not, she's coming saying why can't Issei be here, I want him so bad, yet he's with that redhead bitch. For the first time in a while Issei felt surprised. Issei, what in the actual? Office, I know she was disturbing my silence, and it annoyed me. Issei was left at a loss for words. Issei, well, that went places I wasn't expecting. Office, yeah. Issei, well, let's do something other than talk about Vala. Office agreed. Time skip. Issei made his way to the forest behind the orc, as he knew he'd be alone even though Rias and her group had returned. They couldn't sense Issei. So he put a barrier, then leaked a bit of his power like he was calling to someone, and that call was answer while being right under the nose of the orc. Vala, you called? Issei, I did. Vala, so what do you want? Issei, I'm thinking about taking up your offer. I also want to know about why of all people to go to you'd rant about wanting me to office. Vala, wait, what? Vala was left a blushing mess while Issei had to keep his laughter at bay. Vala, she told you? Issei, yes she did. Vala, I'm gonna kill her. Office, you can try but you wouldn't get far. Issei, ing, hell, don't scare me like that. Office, sorry. Issei, mind, must have felt my power. Issei, guess you heard my call. Office, yeah. Issei, ha 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 ha, 3 extremely powerful beings in one place right under the nose of the orc. Vala, it is kinda funny. Office, so what are we doing? Issei, well, I was thinking about Vala offer. Vala, and your answer is? Issei, I think it's about time we let go of our rivalry and begin a new show than the true meaning of power. Vala, I like it. Office, as long as I have you in silence, anything is fair game. Issei, then let's start a revolution. Vala, is what though, friends or lover? Issei, it's whatever you want to be. Vala, lovers it is then. Issei, then it's a revolution in the name of love. Issei went on with life as it had been a few weeks since he claimed Vala, because he was now playing the long game, taking out some people here and there, but he was waiting for Rias and her group to recover and return to Ku, as he had plans for them. He also kept building a thing with Sona, eventually turning into something interesting. Issei was leaving the school as he saw his 2 lovers waiting for him at the gate. Issei, now I'm getting a welcome party. Office, you know you like it. Issei, yeah I do. Sona, hey Issei, wait. Issei, Sona, I was wondering. Vala, what were you wondering about? Sona, well, everyone noticed the blush on Sona's face, and it clicked in Issei's mind. He had a feeling she was into him as she was dropping some hints recently, but kept an open mind that it was his mind ing with him because while he wasn't as dense as he used to be, he was burned by love. The only reason he loved Vala and Ophis was because he was able to put his trust in them, and they proved his trust right. Sona, do you maybe wanna hang out? Sona rapidly touched her fingers together as she felt the stares of the three. Issei, sure. Issei flashed her a smile, only making her blush increase. Vala, oh, I see what you're doing. Issei, not exactly. Vala, oh, you're gonna leave us behind, what a fate. Vala dramatically messed with Issei. Issei, pfftt, ha 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 ha, good one. Sona, I can go if you already have plans. Issei, nope, we're gonna go hang out. Issei grabbed Sona's hand, dragging her towards the group. Issei, let's forget everything and go have some fun. Issei was now more expressive and happy than he used to be. The love from Ophis bringing him back formed the edge. The feelings he already held from their first meeting to now being the push he needed. Then there was Sona. Many thought Issei just liked Rias and wasn't that big of a fan of Sona due to his perverted antics, but nobody but Issei knew that Issei always had a massive crush on Sona. He couldn't explain why, but something about her drew him like a moth to a flame or lamp. Despite the punishments and talking to she gave to Issei, for him it didn't matter because he got to spend time with her in some capacity. Now it felt like she was the final piece to his puzzle. These three women, now it was time for Issei to find his true self and unleash the rebel inside. Scene change. Issei, welcome to my place. Sona, it's nice. Ophis, usual. Issei, yeah. Sona, what's the usual? Vala, doing death matching, then some normal wads. A/N, for those who don't know what wads are, they're essentially level packs. Sona, that sounded like technobabble. 1. Issei, oh, don't worry, you pick it up very quickly. Sona, wait, before we start, Vala, is your offer still open? Vala, how do you know about that? Issei, she was there, we had our little convocation. Vala, of course there's someone. Sona, oh, for sake, is it open or not? Vala will claim down, and yeah, it's open. Issei, a revolution for the ages. Sona, I want in. Ophis, why? Sona, to be honest, I'm sick of the supernatural shit. First, the forced marriage, I mean, look what happened with Rias forcing someone to marry someone they don't love, then the Devil Council and other high-class devils mocking my idea to help out reincarnated devils with stuff like raiding games. It feels like we're living in the dark ages. Then he comes along, this red-headed spoiled bitch, taking away the person I wanted in set because I like him, then abusing him for hours, making his emotions disappear. I hate Rias, I hate her, she's awful, I don't even know why we became friends, she's such an annoyance. Again, taking away the guy I wanted. Issei, I know you were flawed, but hell, that's what made you cute. Sona then realized what she said. It was silent for a few minutes as what Sona said sunk in. Issei, yeah, I love you too. Sona, Issei cats out the bag, I love you like a lot, no offensive Ophis. Vala, but I've had a crush on Sona for years, like even before I was a devil. Ophis, it's cool. Vala, you do. Issei, what kind of reaction was that? Ophis, did you expect some kind of massive show? Issei, I should say no, but with all the flirting Rias and Akino did, making a massive show of it, gotta say I'm surprised that we're taking this like normal people. Vala, well, it works, doesn't it? Issei, I guess you're right. Sona, so Issei it. Issei claimed Sona lips as the other two watched on, just waiting to play Doom. A/N, okay, so before you ask why Doom, it's because I enjoy playing it, so I tend to put a little of myself in these stories, but mainly just stuff I like because I don't know about anyone else, but I find it hard to read male reader type stories. Nothing against them, but I just find it hard to connect with it, so that's why I like writing stories about Issei. Sona and Issei separated for air. Issei, I want you to be mine and mine alone. Sona, it, I'm down. 1. Issei smiled. Issei, then welcome to Revolution. Sona, let's pour some gas on this bitch. 1. Issei could smirk at her response. Issei, well then I like your style. Ophis, are we gonna play or not? Issei, yes, I'm coming. The group then spent the next few hours death matching and playing Sunder with the it button. Akino sat in her apartment watching some TV as she was still healing. Even though it had been a few months since the incident, it still invaded her mind. She tried to drown out the guilt, but it plagued her like a sickness. Then someone broke into her house. A few hours earlier, Issei sat in his kitchen discussing things with Ophis, Sona, and Vala. Then he felt it. Ophis, is something wrong? Issei, I can feel my bloodlust screaming at me to kill Rias and her group. Sona, then by all means tear them to shreds. Issei, by the end of the night 2 of them are going to die, and I'm going it. Vala, alright then Night Ripper, get out there. Issei, it's for time for Issei to let her rip. Issei left the house. Issei, so it begins. Present time. Akino, why did I do that to him, the only man I loved, and I messed up. Issei wanted to go for a quick kill, so he came up behind her, then grabbed her neck. He turned Akino to his face. Issei looked at Akino with a manic grin. Issei, hello? Akino, Issei. Issei started to choke her. Akino, please, I don't want to die, I'll do anything. Issei lightened his grip. Issei, anything you say. Very well, take me to where Asia lives, her blood is on the menu. Scene change. Issei, I want you go in there and distract Asia, then I'll come in and kill her. Akino, oh okay. Issei, if you can prove useful to me, I might just let you live. Issei, but first I need to make this believable. Issei broke Akino's arm. Akino, errar. Issei, now go. Knock knock. Asia, Akino, are you okay? Akino, my arm. Asia, come inside. The two walked into the apartment. Issei, haha, it's time to cook. With Akino. Asia healed Akino's arm. Asia, what happened? Akino, Issei attacked me but I got away. Asia tone then became cold. Asia, oh did you? Akino, Asia, you're scaring me. Asia, well, you've outlived your usefulness. Akino, W what? Asia, you heard me, you're no longer useful. Asia then brought a knife. Asia, I'm gonna have fun. Akino, stay away. Asia, you know I'm glad you came to me, just means we can now replace you. Smash. Asia, what was that? Issei walked out of Asia's kitchen, a knife in hand. Asia, how nice of you, show up. She looked at Issei expecting him to be scared, but Issei just held a sinister grin with his eyes glowing a crimson red. Issei, finally the main ingredient. Issei threw the knife in his hand, it then hit Asia in neck. He then blitzed over to her, taking the knife from her neck and stabbing her heart, kill her instantly. Akino breath, Akino breath. Issei took a cup, collected the blood from Asia's corpse, then drank like he was celeb from blood. Akino broke down, I was their plaything. Issei felt his Ripper persona retreat to the shadows as he felt the spark, the down shared return. Issei, Akino, look at me. Akino, kill me. Issei, no. Akino, why, it's clear you hate me, you even tried to kill me 20 minutes ago. Issei, but I didn't see it then. Akino, see what? Issei, that we're both victims, we never chose this life, but we still had each other, but people like Rias wanted to take it away, make us her plaything, but after I lost my emotions I finally realized what my purpose was. It was to burn the supernatural to the ground and build it anew so that people like me and you can live our lives together, so join me, join my rebellion, my revolution, and we can burn it down, so live for me. Akino. Akino was conflicted, the regrets still eat at her like a poison, but this was a second change. She could show them all that she wasn't a plaything or a damsel in distress, but the idea brought her hope, something she hadn't felt for a long time. She could be free. Issei put his hand out to her, and Akino took it. Issei, it's a second change for both of us. Akino, then I'll take it, just please set me free. Issei, I will. Your chains will no longer weigh you down. The two walk out the apartment. Akino, what now? Issei, we're going to kill my former parents. Akino, very well, let's go. Never really been a big fan of those two. Issei, hee, I'm gonna join this. Akino, never took you for someone who'd enjoy killing. Issei, before everything went down, yes, I wasn't one who would want to take a life, but now I can feel my bloodlust screaming at me to those who hurt me, so it manifested itself in the Night Ripper. And it feels so good. Akino, then let's satiate my own bloodlust. Issei, oh baby, we're gonna have so much fun. Akino, then I'm yours for the night. Scene change. Mickey and Goro were sleeping until the herd was sound like a break it. Mickey, what was that? Goro, I don't know, I'll go check it out. Goro grabbed a baseball bat and made his way downstairs. With Issei and Akino 2 minutes earlier. Issei, I'll take my father, you take my mother. Akino, understood. Issei, oh, and when you're done don't forget to rip the head off, I have plan. Akino, I like it. Present time. Goro made his way through the darkness to see the living room light on, so he walked in. Issei, long time no see. Goro, so if it isn't the little bitch boy. Issei, haha, that cracks me. Goro, what you even here for? To gold that you stole our money. Issei, if I was gonna do it I would have done it already. No, I'm here for your head. Issei blitzed to his father and grabbed him by the neck. Mickey, h. Goro, Mickey. Issei, oh, we're going to have fun. Issei started by breaking each finger, inflicting maximum pain. Issei, now for the kill. Goro's head was separated from his body, and Issei bathed in his blood. Akino, I'm done. Issei, you get the head? Akino, yeah. Issei, then come with me. Issei led him and Akino outside, where they put the heads down and write a message in blood. Fear the Night Ripper because he's coming. Issei, let's go. Issei magic circled the two outside of his house. Akino Verim. Issei cut her off by ing, then shoving her through the door, much to Sona, Ophis, and Vala's surprise, but he paid them no mind as he closed the door, his focus all on Akino as her attention was on Issei. Issei carried Akino upstairs as he burned the clothes. And use your imagination. 1. Time skip. Issei woke up to a sleeping Akino next to him, so he let her sleep as he made his way downstairs to see his three mates asleep at the table. Issei, I'll wake them up in a minute. Issei turned the TV on, then to the news channel. News reporter, a shocking turn of events, as 3 people have been found dead, killed by someone named the Night Ripper. Police say that have no evidence on how this person is, but will continue to search for them. As for the victims in question, we have indented they are Asia, Argento, Mickey, and Goro Hayato. We please advise you stay at home at night until we can identify who killed them. Thank you. Issei, so it brings. Issei, you 3 wake up. Ophis, I'm up. Akino, good morning. Issei, I'll explain later, but for now come sit down. Sona, morning. Akino, hello. Issei, Vala, wake up. Vala, okay, I'm up. Akino, hello. Issei, don't ask, I'll explain later. Ophis, okay, so I'm guessing you have something important to tell us. Issei, there's someone we need to break out because they're the final piece to our puzzle. Issei then pointed to the corner of the room. The 4 looked to the corner to see a woman, yet she wasn't there physically because this was a projection. Hello all. Issei met the final piece. Akino, who is that? Issei, that's the Trihexa. Sona, but I thought. Trihexa, that I was some mindless beast. Well, that's not true. Ophis, because of the God of Bible, right? I've heard some of the stories, but I don't know the whole truth. Trihexa, right on the money. The reason he locked me up was because I was his lover at the time the dragons fell, but just like them he wanted to control me. But when I found out his plans, I helped Lucifer kill the bastard, but he managed to seal me away before his death. Even since then I took an interest to the dragon emperors, but nobody intrigued me like Issei did, as he's just like me, both left broken and betrayed. Issei, at times I wish it didn't have to be this way, but life's cruel to us all. But Trihexa, know this, I'm coming to get you. Trihexa, I have one last thing to say. There's someone else who's taken a liking to your revolution and is willing to help. Issei, this person is Trihexa, he goes by the name Star Alchemist Holmes Young. And I don't own this character. Issei, interesting. Trihexa, he's the whole reason I can even contact you. He also told me to give you these coordinates, as it's where Retribution base stands. Vala tensed up at hearing Retribution name. Issei then looked at her. Issei, don't worry babe, we're gonna take him down. Trihexa, then I'll be waiting. Issei, and you won't have to wait long. The Trihexa disappeared into particles of light. Issei, Vala, you ready? It's just gonna be me and you. Sona, what about us? Issei, I want you stay back here as me and Vala have our own beef with Retribution. Akino, understood. I'll also get everyone up to date on my situation while you're gone. Issei, THX, that makes things 10 times easier. Vala, then let's go. Issei, it's time for a break-in. Time skip. Issei and Vala arrived at Retribution base, which was built into the side of a remote cliff to blend into the environment. Issei, we get in, we get the Trihexa and Holmes Young, and we get out. Vala, got it, but we should probably kill as many of Retribution associates while we're here. Issei, oh baby, you know me too well and I love it. So you're here. The two turned around to see the man of the hour. Issei, it's nice to meet you, Star Alchemist. Holmes Young, same to you, Red Dragon Emperor. Issei, I'm guessing you were able to get out from under Retribution nose. Holmes Young, yes, I was able to get out and meet you here. Issei, are you going to join us or wait here? Holmes Young, I'll wait, as you two have your own problems with the guy. All I ask is that the Trihexa be set free, as we have a partnership. Vala, are you two lovers? Holmes Young, we're more like co-workers, as I'm already married, but we'll save that for later. Issei, alright then, it's time to let her rip. Issei brought out his wings, then flew into the compound. Vala, wait. Vala did the same as Issei. Holmes Young, this generation Emperor really is interesting. I wonder what the other timeline Issei are up to. A/N, okay, so for the sake of the story, Star Alchemist is from the void, same one as in Luna Knights. The reason as for why I've decided this is because in the game he comes from idol heroes. The whole Star Alchemist is because he's a transcendence heroes and they all come from the void. Certainly one to keep an eye on, although for you interfere like this really is interesting. Holmes Young, well, sometimes I wanna have a little fun of my own, so you help him with his revolution. Holmes Young, why not? And this timeline isn't half bad, but think he cleans it up, and that could affect the other timelines in a positive way. True, but this timeline's Issei must not know what's happening elsewhere. Holmes Young, I know, Jara, I know, but we can help where we can. And I don't own this character. Jara, he might be the one to set us all free from the endless abyssal void and celestial forces that bind us. Holmes Young, well, as the transcendent, we can only do what we can. Jara, we can only hope that boy will bring the return of the Scarlet Reaper and set us free. And keep this in mind for a future story. Issei and Vale entered the base and massacred the place until they reached Retribution throne room. The duo entered the throne to see their target. Retribution, well, Dragon Emperor's what brings you to my oh so humble abode. Issei, you have something that's beneficial for my plans, I'm here to take it. Vale, and I'm here for your head. Issei, oh, and before you think you'll get any backup, everyone else is dead. Retribution, then let us begin. Retribution started by firing some weak blasts of demonic energy, clearly underestimated the duo. Issei and Vale sent their own attacks at Retribution, staggering him for a second before he got back on his feet, taking this more seriously. Issei, Vale, I got a plan. Vale hit me with it. Issei dodged the attack that Retribution sent but then stopped as to give them time to talk, which confused the two, but nonetheless they continued, but not without Issei asked why Retribution stopped. Issei, why stop? Retribution, because you two can't beat me, so go enact your little plan, it won't make any difference. Issei hair covered his eyes at hearing this, but his face held a smirk. Issei, do you trust me, Vale? Vale, I do. Retribution went back to sitting on his throne as he was enjoying watching these two. Issei, flame transfer. Issei shot a pillar of at Vale. Retribution, so you took down your own teammate, how funny. Issei, oh, but that's where you're wrong. Out of the flame stepped Vale, but the flame clung to her like a second more, but it also powered her up, and in her hand appeared a pistol made of flame. The same happened at Issei. Issei, babe, you wanna keep this on beat? Vale, oh yeah? And play this while the fight goes on. Issei, let's start. Issei fired the first shot at Retribution, who put a barrier, but to his horror the bullet went through the barrier, hitting him in the arm. Vale took the next shot, hitting him in the other arm. Retribution, this is impossible, you shouldn't be able to hurt me. Issei, did you forget who you're up against? Retribution eyes widened, remembering that Issei was the Red Dragon Emperor. Issei, that's right, I've been boosting our power this entire time while Vale has been siphoning it. The duo walk up to Retribution with Issei aiming at Retribution's head and Vale his heart. Issei, you ready, babe? Vale, yeah. Issei, 3, 2, 1. Issei and Vale go to hell. Bang. Retribution lay there on the edge of death. He knew he had seconds left, so he said his final words. Retribution, ha. The trihexa will kill you both. With the death of Retribution, the trihexa was set free. The duo turned around to see the woman they had seen before now standing before them. Issei, hello there, beautiful, we've got a revolution to start. Vale, the time has come. Trihexa, then let's get out of her. The trio make their way back to the top of the cliff to meet with Holmes Young. Holmes, I see you have returned. And you must be the famous Issei I've heard so much about. Issei, I'm sorry I don't know you. Yes, my name is Starwing Jara, but people just call me Jara. Issei, it's very to meet you. Holmes, well then, shall we leave? Issei, yes, let's enact some change. Everyone was now back at base discussing their first target. Trihexa, I think we should hit heaven first, because if we can get control of the scared gear system. Drake, her words hold water, partner. Issei, very well, we shall hit heaven first. Sona, are we going to go in teams or as one unit? Issei, well, if we all go together as if we were to go in teams, we could be taken out or captured. Ophis, I see what you mean. Vale, I agree with Issei on this one, no offense Sona or Aquino. Issei, alright, let's just kill them. Scene change. The shining gates of heaven once showed a brilliant white light but now shined red with the blood of the angel guards. Issei, Ophis, you take layers 1 to 3, Trihexa you're on 4 to 6, I'm on 7. Ophis, are you sure you can take all the leaders alone? Issei, I'm sure they're going to hear my war cry as they breath their last. Ophis, very well, but you'd better come back to me. Issei, there's no way I could ever leave you once this is ever, we'll have our eternal silence, all 6 of us. Ophis, I love you. Issei, I know. Trihexa, knock him dead, cause I'll be waiting, so are the others. Issei, then let them, the roar of a dragon emperor. Trihexa, no dragon god. Issei, then we shall win. Issei's power was felt all across the factions as they knew something big was coming. Scene skip. Issei made his way to the 7th layer of heaven. /n plus this for this section. Issei arrived at the 7th layer to be meet with the 4 archangels and Irina, who now had new wings that were jagged and metallic, but Issei could feel the holy energy still coming the wings. She also wielded a scythe in her left hand, and gun in her right. Michael, so you're here to destroy everything we worked for. Issei brought out his domination flame and pointed it at the group. Issei, you have sided with the betrayers and so I will destroy you. Michael, you cannot take all 5 of us. Issei, you won a bet. But before the battle could start, a magic circle appeared at Issei's ear. Holmes, Azazel has betrayed us, so me and Jara are on our way to deal with them. Issei, of course he betrays us, okay, kill them. Ophis and Trihexa arrived to help Issei. Issei, Trihexa, Ophis, you take 2 each, I'll go for Irina. The 2 understood. The battle started with not much fanfare as Ophis and Trihexa made nice meat of the opponents, but as for Issei, he did something different. He once again chopped off Irina wings as she got cocky, but this time Issei was going for the kill. Issei, Ophis, Trihexa, go to the underworld, kidnap Graphius, Surzex and Seraphal, as I want them to live, then kill the others, then I want every clan destroy except for the Gremory and Stiri. Understood. The 2 understood. Issei walked up to the down Irina and spoke. Issei, look at you, a pathetic creature of flesh and bone rendered once again to a human form. Oh, I'm going to enjoy taking my time killing you. Issei started by slicing of her fingers, making sure it was painful as Irina could only scream as her vision started to blur. Issei then cut of her arms then legs before stabbing her in the heart and chopping her head off, then burning the corpse. Issei, now for the main event. Oh, this is gonna be good. The time had come as Issei and Co returned to their hideout with Surzex, Graphia and Seraphal being in a different location as to not ruin their plans. As for Holmes, he was currently in the middle of stabbing Azazel multiple times. The only one spared from the massacre was Aquino, father, for obvious reasons. Issei, Aquino, are you ready? Aquino, let's kill those bitches. Issei, do you want to kill Rias or should I? Aquino, Rias is your kill, not mine. Issei, but Aquino, you freed me from her, and you started this, so she's your kill. I just wish that day I stood by you. Issei walked and at Aquino to calm her. Issei, I know, but you're here with me now, and that's all I care about. Issei, do you want to stay back here? Aquino, yeah, I don't think I'm ready. Issei, Ophis, Sona, look after Aquino. Issei, Holmes, Jara, go check up on our guests and tell Trihexa to go relax. Holmes, got ya, will release them when you get back. Issei, excellent. Issei, okay, it's time for my long-awaited revenge. Issei eyes glowed a sins to red as he was going to enjoy this. Scene change. Rhea sat on a throne as she watched over her group, who saw her as a god, as she had manipulated them for so long that their minds were only filled with serving Rias' every wish. Rias also trained herself after her torture at Issei's hands, but it was never going to be enough. But her pride blinded her, making her think she was invincible. With Issei, Issei made his way to Rias' location unknown to her, as he had a plan. Step 1, kill everyone but Rias. Step 2, torture Rias. And Step 3, crush her heart and drink her blood. Step 4, blow up the body into as many pieces as possible. Finally, Step 5, destroy her soul. And a bonus, Step 6, go home, chuck on some Slipknot and his harem till the sun rises. 1. Now that sounds like a slice of fried gold. Issei made his way into a newly renovated orc as he could see Rias sitting on a throne. Once inside the building, Issei got close to the club before making a noise to bring out of the members, as he knew Rias would just send the members and not check herself. Slam. Rias, Kiba, go out, find however made that noise and kill them. Kiba, understood, my queen. Kiba made his way into a hallway after closing the door to the club, only to have his head swiftly cut off before he could react. Issei, haha, making it easy for me. Issei opened the door and kicked Kiba's served head inside. He then blitzed through the open door and killed everyone but Rias, as he knew 4 knives to keep her pinned to the throne. Rias tried to melt the knives, but Holmes created them specifically to counter Rias. Issei cut off Roswei's head as he done with the other, as Rias could only watch with fear as Issei approached with a sinister smile on his face. Issei, I hope you're ready, cause we're going to have lots of fun. Issei took the knives out of Rias' limbs as she fell to the floor. Once she hit the floor, Issei reinserted the knives in her to pin her to the floor. Issei, so where shall we start? Rias, someone will save me. Issei, haha, you think you're going to live, that's funny. Issei cut Rias' leg with his domination flame. He then did the same with Rias' other leg and arms. Rias, Issei, oh, we're not done yet. Issei brought out a jar of salt, to which he poured salt on her wounds to make it extra painful, as he wanted her to feel everything he felt. Issei then set one of Rias' legs on fire just to keep the pain coming. Issei, look at you sprawled on the ground, feeling the same pain and abuse I took at your hands. Rias tired to speak, but Issei stamped his foot on her neck as she coughed up blood. Issei, oh, I am loving this, hearing your screams. Oh, I am going to sleep well tonight because now you feel everything I felt that day. Rias Rias once again tried fruitlessly to talk, but Issei slapped her across the face. Issei, who said you can talk, you bitch? Rias' eyes held hate towards the man in front of her, but Issei's eyes held a hollowness about them that scared Rias. Issei, I think it's time to end this like game. Issei string Rias up against the wall of the orc club room before chopping Rias' leg off and drinking the blood. Now with Rias tied to the wall, Issei ripped out Rias' heart, then ate it before setting the body aflame as her soul tried to escape, but Issei cut the soul's head off with the domination flame. Issei, well then I think it's time to disappear. That's when Issei got a call via magic circle. Holmeses, should I realize our guests now? Issei, yes, my job here is done, and make sure they don't know our location. Holmeses got ya. And with that Issei walked out the room, leaving multiple dead bodies as a message above Rias' body saying the Reaper has come to collect his debt. Issei, well then I think it's time to have some fun. The next day, Issei made his way into Ku Academy with Sona holding his hand. Student 1, has anyone see Rias or the others come in today? Student 2, no idea. Issei and Sona laughed to themselves as it was all over, but Issei and his girls knew that Issei lost a big part of himself. He now was only down to about 15% of his emotions. It was enough to love, but at this point Issei only desired silence. And that's what his lovers gave him the ability to feel, but also the silence he and Ophis still craved. So after the school year was over, they were all going to disappear. Issei, shall we check the orc first, babe? Sona, sure, I wanna see your work. The two made their way to room, then once inside Sona spoke. Sona whistled, good job. The doors were off their hinges and blood covered every inch of the room as corpses decorated the floor except for Rias, who had an ash outline of where her body was. Issei, well, we won. Sona, that we did. Issei, we can enact our plan now. Sona, finally the 6 of us can get our silence. Issei, yeah, now let's leave before we get caught. Time skip. Issei and Sona were sitting next to each other in class when someone ran in. Teacher, what is the meaning of this? Random student, sir, the orc has been murdered. Thanks for watching this video. You really enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow Virgil78 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.